All right. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I know most of you catch this on the rewind, but I am at the Portland International Jetport, metropolis at Portland, Maine, and getting ready to fly out to Houston to go to the two-day takeoff event with Steve Rosenberg's crew. So, well, I guess I'm part of the crew. So with us. Anyway, good to see you guys. Like I said, I know most of you will see this on the rebound because it's early 4:51 a.m. local time, and just watching people kind of move around and get going and catch flights and everything. There's always something broken here, whether it's the door or the circular door coming in. Today it was two escalators, so it was interesting. Hey George, how you doing on Instagram? Good to see you. Tags building and remodeling. Um, I watched people walk a long flight of stairs, and it was interesting. They uh, they were bailing out and taking the elevator. So come on, people, walk a flight of stairs. How bad is it we can't walk a flight of stairs? It's unreal. So anyway, flight boards in half an hour, 40 minutes. So I thought I'd just jump on here and see what's up, give you guys a little kickoff on Saturday morning. And we're going to switch it up and talk about some sales mistakes that people make on the regular. I'm going to do a 10-day series on sales mistakes to stop making. So if you're doing these things, cut it out, right? Because I did a lot of them and never really had much in the way of training for sales when in the early days of being a contractor. Didn't really know, what to say, what not to say, and never really even had a clue that there was a process to it, maybe a little bit of a science to it, maybe put a little bit of thought into it. So um, part of why I do what I do is to help people avoid the mistakes that I've made in the past. And I cringe when I think of the jobs that I probably didn't get because I talked too much, didn't listen, and didn't just simply say, hey, how can I help you the most? So that's part of this initiative for my live videos is to try to just help people uh, maybe compress time a little bit and not have to go through that, right? And not have to drive by a place that's got a nice big addition breezeway on it, and the people had you quoted or talked with you, and you didn't get it. Touring man, what is going on? Good to see you, brother. I'm going to Houston, Texas this fine Saturday morning. So Portland, Maine to Houston, Texas. I'll be there midday. And yeah, getting together with Steve Rosenberg. We're going to do our 2-day takeoff event Monday and Tuesday. So I'll kick around a little bit, maybe grab dinner tonight with an old high school friend. I got to shoot him a text. And yeah, so that's what I'm up to. Good to see you, man. So guys, touring man, we're talking about how to operate in sales conversations, okay? And sales mistakes to stop making. And today, I want to talk about talking too much, closing too little, all right? So we're not closing, we're talking, and we don't get people a chance to just kind of talk and find out what their pain is or their motive is, right? Every time you talk too much in a sales conversation, you're robbing the buyer of clarity. Clarity what creates confidence, okay? Not more information, okay? We try to information people to death, right? Educate people to death, okay? Yeah, you want to come too? Great, yeah, hop on. Most people in sales, especially business owners, contractors, coaches, we've all made the same mistake of thinking more words equals more value. And that's not always the case. It's rarely the case. They explain and then explain again. So yeah, like I was saying, re-explain. Even after somebody says yes, they re-explain again. Throw in 3 stories, and by the time we finally get to the ask, the buyer is just kind of glazed over, saying, "I wonder how long this guy is going to continue." What they don't realize is that if you're doing all the talking, you're not selling. You're just stalling. You're just uncomfortable asking for the sale. You're just being lazy about getting into the hard stuff. Okay, good. You're going coming to the States in 2026. Good. We'll have to connect, my friend. Yeah, the mistake that people make is that talking too much, they think that it's going to prove credibility. Well, if I just show up and throw up on this person, they're gonna view me as very credible. Over explaining the service or offer and then saying, does that make sense? When you say something that's elementary, don't ever say, does that make sense, to somebody that you just explained something to that a third grader could understand. Um, Answering questions the client never asked. They didn't ask you that. Don't answer the question. How about assuming more words equal more value? It doesn't. And then telling, not asking. Ask those open-ended questions. Okay. See what's going on. Peel back the onion, so to speak. So the fix to this stuff, guys, is talk less, ask more. Okay, your job isn't to educate them to death. Like I said, it's to extract pain, clarify need, present a path forward. Okay. Use I call it the 70-30 rule, minimum 40-60. Okay. Your job, like I said, isn't to just continue to throw up. All right. You should be talking no more than 40% of the time. I'm going to say 30. Okay. Clients should be talking 60 to 70% of the time, telling you their problems, their needs, their desires. Sit back, listen. Steve Rosenberg will bring a cup of coffee with him. Okay. And he'll know at the end of the sales call, if the coffee is full, you talk too much. The goal is to be able to drink that coffee. So if he's starting to talk too much, you just drink the coffee, right? You can't, I don't know, maybe better than me, but I can't talk while I'm trying to drink the coffee. Okay. All right. So here's some key questions that'll flip the script for you guys. Things like this. Hey, what's the biggest frustration you're dealing with right now? And then listen, stop. Don't ask that question 3 different ways. Don't do this. Hey, what's the biggest frustration you're dealing with right now? Like, what is it that bothers you the most? Where are you having trouble with? See that triple question. Don't do that. Just say, hey, why is it important to fix this now versus later? If we don't solve this, what's it going to cost you over the next 6 to 12 months? Just kind of lobbing those questions in. So, yeah, may luck always be with you. Thanks, buddy. And then shut up. You know, you ask them those questions and be quiet. Just be quiet. Okay, it's not our job to tap dance in front of the customer or prospective client, right? I knew a guy once that didn't do well at home shows. He was passionate. He knew his stuff. But he kind of overwhelmed people with everything he was telling them because he was eager to share his knowledge, right? And show them that he was credible. But he really wasn't closing. So we just kind of created a checklist of some qualifying questions for him, limited to that. He cut his talking time in half. And don't you know it, he started booking more jobs on the spot. Okay, just shut up, right? Stop talking. For God's sakes, after they say yes, don't say, yeah, you know, I think that's a really great idea, and here's why. No. And then don't say, do you have any questions? They already had all the questions. Okay. So when you sell, they say yes. Stop selling, guys. Okay. This stuff is not rocket science, but if you're not practicing it, if you're not looking at your word tracks, I've been working with Steve for a while now, and one of the things that he's ingrained in me is note cards, keeping note cards handy and being able to flip through them on the daily basis. So we've been creating those. Wendy's been helping me just go down through and put stuff on note cards so that I can flip through on the daily and just kind of get that stuff cemented in my head, so to speak. So because I have to do that. I have to be repetitive. I'm going to learn. I have to see it. I have to touch it, feel it, repeat it. It's not easy. So the next time you're in a sales conversation, guys, try this. Track how long you're talking versus listening. If you can figure out a way to do that, or at least ask yourself at the end, who spoke more? Who spoke more? Either that, or get yourself a live video where nobody else talks. just let me see who's on here. Just checking. Good to see you guys. If anybody else is on, just pop a 1 through 10 in the chat. See how you're doing today. Hey, set a stopwatch if you have to in these sales conversations. Just click. It might be like, what are you doing? I'm just timing how much I talk. At least it will help you key into it, and you'll be aware of it. Your goal is to talk less 30 to 40% of the time. I would say 30. Okay, try it. If nothing else, try talking less than you normally would. Okay, ask better questions. Let the silence do the selling. Maybe a strategic pause, bordering on awkward silence after you ask a question. Right? Try some of these things, guys. And it's not manipulation. It's I think it's just strategic selling. Because if what you're doing isn't working, then try something else. Right? Definition of chaos. Right? Or definition of insanity. I'm sorry, doing the same thing over and over again, and expecting a different result. Okay. Dale Carnegie says the best salespeople aren't the best talkers; they're the best listeners. Okay. So listen more, talk less. Um, you know, I like to talk. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my live thing. So oftentimes when I've gone into a sales situation in the past, I've talked too much. And just recognizing that, being self-aware is probably the best thing that you can do right now. And then just start picking off some of that stuff. Like, yeah, I'm not going to say that. Oops. Yeah, I asked that question 3 different ways. Like I was asking the question so many times in so many different ways. The person started answering 3 or 4 times, and they finally gave up and waited for me to figure out a way to ask the question a different way again until I finally shut up. All of a sudden, we feel like it makes it more grand, or something like that. Just say, hey, how can I help you the most? Wow, tell me more about that. Hmm. Wow, that sounds man, that sounds rough. Wow. Well, what would happen if you didn't do that? Quick, concise, uh, staying in the inquiry, I call it. So all of that stuff, guys. If you take one thing from this today, just pay attention to the amount of time that you're flapping your gums, so to speak, in sales interactions. And it doesn't have to be sales either, guys. It could be in a meeting. It could be in a interaction with family where you just decide to listen a little bit more and not be on the offensive, um, and trying to be the one driving the conversation. So if you're a strong personality like me, I feel like I'm a fairly strong personality. Um, this kind of stuff can kind of bite you in the ass, and so you want to be careful of it. But if not, then we've got this all figured out. Then good for you. There'll be some more stuff that we're going to talk about in the coming days, and I think you're going to like it. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a happy Saturday. Get some things done. Um, Wendy and I got the wedding coming up on the 16th. So this trip wasn't on the table initially, but I just, as I do oftentimes, just want to publicly thank her for diving into the wedding planning and just handling every little detail. And when we get together, when I'm not on calls, we jump in the Jeep and handle a bunch of stuff together, and we've had a good time putting things together. Touring man, no, we don't live stream the 2-day takeoff. Something that we may do in the future. We're trying to plan 2026 now. We may go from monthly to quarterly, but we also talked about a virtual option as well. So I'll get back to you on that. But for right now, no, you can't. So, but maybe I'll definitely do one of my lives from there. Maybe I'll hold it off a little bit on one of the days. And but I don't know that I've ever asked you. Pop in here. What do you do for work? Are you in sales? You're a bit of an enigma here, a legend of sorts. But let me know what you do for work. If you're in the sale, are you in sales, or what are you doing? We've had some fun, haven't we, with the conversations? Uh, that video you did a while back where I was saying, touring man, touring man, touring man is here. I had a good time. Um, Always had some laughs. Yeah, pop in the chat what you do for work, and maybe some of this stuff could be handy for you. So I know you're not in the States, but it's the same principles apply, right? So anyway, this will be good travel. I knock on wood, have been pretty lucky with travel. So over the years, I don't travel a ton, but I'm traveling more than I ever have. And I always cross my fingers that we get pushed back on time and things roll out. I like to go early because there seems to be less likelihood of issues earlier in the day, but I don't really have any science to that. So, but you get out there today and kick around a little bit, and then tomorrow take care of some errands, get things prepped for Monday and Tuesday, and go all in, pouring business and personal development stuff into. I think we got about 20, 25 people coming, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a fun couple of days. Always good to connect with Steve. On the backside, we're working on the Mach 5 event and getting that built out, solidifying speakers and sponsorships and all of the things. Sorry, it's a little distracting. Everybody walking by and looking at me thinking I'm doing crazy stuff. Yeah, and getting sponsors lined up, and a lot of people working on the Mach 5 event for October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. It's going to be straight fire. It's going to be a blast. Our next 2-day event, which we do monthly, is September 8th and 9th. So that's something that I'll try to post a little bit from the event so you guys get a little better flavor for what we're doing. And then if you want to catch the Daily Sales Accelerator, we put the links in every day. And that's where we're going Monday through Friday, just straight up sales training. Monday's about mindset. Tuesday is about objection handling. Wednesday is all about revenue. And on Thursdays, Bubba Hogan jumps on, usually. Sometimes Richard Nordheim will handle the call, or I will, or maybe even Steve. But mostly Bubba will come on and take you through a sales role play and get better at doing the sales interactions and better at selling. And why not screw up in front of a bunch of your friends versus someplace where it could cost you some money. So then on Fridays, we just do what we call Free Will Friday. It's just open coaching, bring you stuff, and we will help you figure it out. So anyway, more information on any one of those things, let me know. Shout out to my daughter, Bailey, and her friend, Abby, and several other friends. They had another great event for their Datey thing that they're doing out in Texas, out in Dallas. And super proud of them bringing people together. And I think they had 450 people registered for their event last night. So it's been fun to watch them do that, and figure through it, and do the sales and do the marketing and getting sponsorships and all the things. And so I'm proud of them. So shout out to them. And well, geez, Dave, you just joined us. Dave Howard is here. My God, you're up early this morning, my friend. Good to see you. What's happening today? Oh, is today Beach to Beacon? Next week, I think. Yeah. So Dave is one of our perennial all-stars, and here all the time. Always offered a bunch of support for me and Summit, our Summit group, and inviting people. So, dude, I appreciate you. Hope you have a great day. Yeah, get ready for B2B. Yeah. When it shuts down this town of Cape Elizabeth, you can't get there from here. Yeah, you're better off to just parachute into that place. 28th straight year. Good for you, man. That's awesome. It's unreal. And you said there were only about 75 or 77 streakers, people that have run every single one left, right? That's amazing. I wonder how long it will take to be the last man standing. You got to outlive everybody. You got a good shot at it. Is that what you're going for? Well, I know you're walking it this year, but you're checking the box. So, well, I think what you'll notice, you'll be walking along and go, "Wow, I didn't know there was a house there." Right? You ever done that? Walk something that you've run, and you're like, "Oh, wow, never saw that fence." Right? It's like, oh, it's interesting when you stop and look around. So, enjoy the waterfront. Enjoy the day. 2 years ago, there was 105, so it's dropping. Yeah. Yeah, enjoy the day. It's just a great main event. And, you're on the right side of the grass. Be thankful you can be out there doing it, right, brother? So anyway, I'm glad you get up and joined us. Touring Man is here, and George Ross is with us early this morning. So 4th of July Backflow joined us. How you doing there, my friend? Good to see you. I thought you were on the West Coast. So if you are, you're up super early. So bacon at mile 5. Like it. So good. Well, guys, have a great day. Glad I could get this in. I wasn't sure it would happen here or in LaGuardia or in Texas today, but it happens, right? We're consistent. We're getting up. We're doing it every day. It's not, oh, I don't know if I'll do my, I call it my live. I don't know if I'll do my live today. It's where and when am I going to be able to do that? So guys, check in on your sales conversations. Talk less, okay? Listen more. Don't be guilty of talking too much. Please say hello to the gorgeous mustache. No, that's what I'm talking about. See you, buddy. I gotta read comments before I read them out loud. Anyway, guys, talk less, listen more in your sales conversations. I'll have more stuff for you tomorrow. We're going to focus on the top 10 things to avoid in sales, but also check in with you guys and see how you're doing. Dave, kick ass today. You're going to walk wicked fast. All right. I'll see you guys. Have a great day. Take care.